Okay, what's up YouTube? If you might have seen in my last video, I did a little tutorial on how to wire woofers in parallel to your car amplifier. Well, this is going to be on series. Series wiring takes two 4-ohm woofers like these and turns them into a 8-ohm load on the amplifier. What you'd want to do, this is actually a perfect example on why you'd want to do this. This amplifier puts out a lot more power than these woofers can handle. So what you would want to do is put an 8 ohm load on the amplifier so that it wouldn't put out as much. It would put out just the right amount. So this, like I said, would be a perfect example. So what you want to do is take your woofers and take a small piece of wire just about this big and make a jumper. So, as you can see right here, this is positive, negative, and right here, positive, negative. So what you want to do is first take right here, I got it twisted, so go through, take the positive on this woofer, put it through, and twist it. And I've said this in my last video like 50 times. You know, if you're actually doing an install, you'd want to use the clips for them and, you know, everything like that. So, like I said, this is not an install, this is just a tutorial. So, then you want to take the other end of the wire, see, right here, make sure it's all twisted up, and take the negative on the other woofer, put it through, and then we have the jumper. So this is positive and negative. And a good way to remember that series wiring makes the ohm load go up is with batteries. If you have two 12-volt batteries and you hook them up positive, positive, negative, negative to negative, you're not going to get 24 volts. You're going to get 12 volts, but the batteries are just going to last longer. But if you put them in series, oh, and by the way, what I just said before, that was parallel. But if you do series, which is like this, negative, positive, and then the other two ends go to whatever device you're trying to power, then you'll get 24 volts. And that's one thing some people don't understand with bus bars in car audio, why you know, you might have 10, 12-volt batteries, but you're only getting 12 volts. Some people don't understand that. It's because you're wiring them in parallel, and that just causes the batteries to last longer and have more amperage. So that's how I remember it. It's a good way that this is the same thing with batteries. So then what you want to do is take two other pieces of wire, and on this woofer, okay, I'll zoom in there a little bit. This woofer, you're going to want to hook up this to the positive because that's the only one remaining. Then you take your other piece of wire, hook this up to the negative right there, and you got series wiring. Now let's hook it up to the amplifier. So as you can see right here, we got positive, negative, and we're gonna bridge this on the amplifier. So like I said before in the other video, some amplifiers cannot be bridged, so just make sure yours can and that your woofers can handle the power on being bridged. So right here, bridging it, I'll just go over this again, which would mean that here's right positive, right negative, left negative, left positive. So we're taking left positive and right negative and hooking them up. So it's just pretty much the same thing, except you're taking one from each side. So this right here, we got our positive wire. Sorry, hold on. There we go. And we're going to hook it up right here to left positive. We're going to slip that right in there. Tighten it up. And got that. Then you take your negative from your other woofer and hook it into the right negative. On there. I'm going to slip that in and tighten it up. And now you have a bridged amplifier with two woofers. Hold on, let me take this off here so I can show you. Okay, so now what you have is you have two woofers that are wired in series and an amplifier that is bridged onto both these woofers. So you're getting 8 ohms right here. So right here, 4 ohms coming out of these terminals. 4 ohms coming out of these terminals. 8 ohms, 8 ohms coming out of these wires. Because we're taking this jumper wire we'll put here and hooking it from positive to negative, and then negative on the one woofer that's hooked up to positive on the jumper goes to negative on there, and positive from here, positive to there. And that makes a higher resistance, and the amplifier will push less power to these woofers, but in this case it'll push just the right amount of power. So some woofers, such as maybe an 8 ohm woofer, if these were both 8 ohm, you wouldn't want to do this, because 16 ohms on this is not a good idea. You'd want to drop it down to 4 ohms. So, and you can also, this is actually what a lot of people do with, dual voice coil subs. So if you had a dual voice coil sub that was 2 1 ohm coils, you'd want to put a jumper from 1 to 1 and then hook it up so that it would be 2 ohms on the amplifier. And if you did want to do this, and if your amplifier could handle it, you could wire those 2 1 ohm voice coils in parallel, and it would drop the impedance down to 0.5 ohms, but a lot of amplifiers cannot handle 0.5 ohms, so I wouldn't recommend doing that unless you know what you're doing. So that's just a quick tutorial on how to wire in series, and if you haven't seen the how to wire in parallel video, I'll put a little what's it called? I'll put a little link on the screen right there, and go check it out. Like, subscribe, comment, and thanks for visiting. Bow, bow. Amen. Amen.